Thanks for all the video lectures and all the tips and tricks helped me improve my problem solving skills there.
How much time it took you to cover the video course, and then how much time you gave after that to test full length tests? Please let us know a timeline of entire thing. So you faced some challenges in the beginning in solving some questions, and how did you overcome that challenge? What do you think should be the tips or the mindset that student keep to stay consistent in their preparation, because consistency is very important in gate? You have vast syllabus to cover, notes to make, revision, questions, maybe parallelly job also or college also. So how to ensure consistency? What was your mindset? How much marks you used to get in test series? Was there any fluctuation in marks? Was there a trend in the marks that they are increasing continuously or not increasing? What was going on? What was your strategy for 3 hours of exam? Was there any specific plan to start with specific section like aptitude or technical or 1 mark or 2 marks? Hello everyone. In this session we have Patnam Umesh Chandra with us. He is from Andhra Pradesh and he did his BTech from IIT Madras. For GATE 2026, he was enrolled in Exergic full video course, question bank, and test series. First of all, congratulations to you for getting a top rank in GATE 2026, Umesh.
Thank you, sir.
Let us know about your journey. From where you get to know about GATE and how was this entire journey?
Uh, yeah, I'm currently working in IT industry. I wanted to move to public sector. So I thought this GATE exam is uh, gives that opportunity for me. So I did some research regarding best GATE coaching. I got to know this Exergic material is very good. So, and I also like watched the very first video which you uploaded, like all mechanical engineering subjects are connected. So yeah, after that, yes, I have bought this full video course plus question bank. Immediately I enrolled with for the question bank and test series. Whole course I have bought.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that is the starting point for me. And then for literally for this gate exam preparation, other than this Exergic, I haven't looked at any other materials.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have
Understood.
covered all the video courses and practiced all the given problems and test series. Yes.
Mhm. Understood. So, approximately how much time it took you to cover the video course, and then how much time you gave after that to test full length tests? Please let us know a timeline of entire thing.
So I have started like last 1 year, one full year I have dedicated for this. For the video courses, so there is a little bit uh, in December. I haven't gone through any video lectures because I wanted more on the practice. So
Mm,
until November end, I have concentrated covering the material,
mm,
covering the video courses, and also practice that question bank and
mm,
previous year questions. And
mm,
in the December, I started giving this test series and all. So
mm,
just engineering mathematics was the only pending
mm,
until the November end. So then in uh, January, along with the covering the engineering mathematics, I have parallelly practiced this test series, like analyzing them,
mm,
and
mm.
so yeah. So that
Understood.
was
So, since you were in a job, and I think those who are in job, they need to be really careful about how they're spending their time, because they, as compared to full time aspirant or someone in college, they need better management of time. So how did you manage your time? How many hours on a daily basis you used to give to get preparation, morning, evening, when? And also tell us about how you used your weekends, because that's important when you are in a job.
yeah. So typical on weekdays, I would give like 3 hours per day. Mostly, yeah, until November, I was
Hmm,
on weekdays mostly covering the video lectures only.
hmm, hmm,
And in the weekends, uh, So whenever during the video lectures I write short notes, but
Hmm.
in the weekends I try to improve. Like I will keep the short notes very short,
Hmm.
and practice the questions. Weekend I would dedicate mainly for the problem solving. Weekend like 6 7 hours, more than that also sometimes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would give that to. Yeah.
Question solving. So, what
Yeah.
exactly you used to solve in questions on the weekends?
Uh, so definitely PYQs
Hmm.
and question bank,
Hmm.
and then the practice sessions. These are the main things I used for the practice.
Understood.
Uh,
Got it.
Topic wise solved. So topic wise solved.
Solve problem. TSP, topic wise solve problems.
Yes.
So on the weekends, you were solving those tests which don't have a timer, like question bank don't have a timer, TSP don't have a timer. Practice session, yes, they have, but there are few
Yeah.
questions of that. So that was the strategy. Got it. On the weekdays, when you were going through lectures and making notes, so you made short notes directly, or you made any long notes first and then went to make short notes from them.
Uh, I wanted to keep it short, but sometimes in the flow while writing the lectures, uh, so there is a probability like adding more than necessary for the revision. So
Hmm.
uh, that was short only, but on weekends I tried to improve it. So I have two notes basically.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You have two notes. What type of notes are they? Can you elaborate?
one is not like very long notes, but it is like a medium. So
Okay.
then there is a short notes. Yeah,
Okay.
which I only short notes I used for a revision.
Revision. So what was the
Yes.
revision process? What was the revision cycle that you used?
Uh, so yeah, I have followed the method you suggested, but not on a regular basis, but not on daily basis, but
Hmm.
regularly at Sunday. Every Sunday morning,
Okay.
I would dedicate for revision.
Revision. Got it. Got it. Since you were in a job, that is why on a daily basis it might not been that
Mm,
practical or possible to revise. Hence, you kept one day for revision, and that too starting means on Sunday, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours you
mm.
dedicated to revision, right?
Yes,
So
in the morning.
weekdays covered the syllabus, watched the video lectures, made short notes. Then on the weekends, solved questions, and on the Sunday specifically used for revision. So that's a
Revision.
very good strategy, which is useful for most of the aspirants who are in a job. Even those who are in college, they also may implement this. But I think college students can also practice more questions on weekdays, because I think managing gate preparation with college is slightly easier as compared to managing it with a job. But yes, that's a good template that those of you who are struggling with something else, with a job or maybe college, they can definitely implement this.
Yes.
What was your strategy for 3 hours of exam? Was there any specific plan to start with specific section like aptitude or technical or 1 mark or 2 marks? What was the strategy?
Uh, like the strategy is simple, sir. Like going through question by question only, whatever question comes. If
Hmm.
I am able to solve it, like I able to get the idea within 1 minute, I will proceed with it and solve it.
Hmm.
Otherwise, if I feel it is a long question, I will
Hmm.
mark it for review, and we'll move on to the next question. So after all completing all the 65 questions, then I will come back to the once review.
Hmm. Hmm. So this time, in how much time, if you remember, a rough idea,
Mhm.
in how much time you were able to complete one cycle?
Like in the actual exams.
Actual exam, 2026
Yeah.
gate.
So I think half an hour was left to come back
Got
to the
it. So
questions.
one cycle took almost 2.5 hours. And how
Mm.
many questions you marked for review, if you remember? Any approximate number?
Not many questions. I think some five questions. I think
96.
some
Oh,
4 or 5. I haven't like not marked
not marked.
other 4 5 questions. Yes.
Okay, okay. Understood. Since gate preparation is a long journey, it may take many months, sometimes multiple years. So, what do you think should be the tips or the mindset that student keep to stay consistent in their preparation? Because consistency is very important in GATE. You have vast syllabus to cover, notes to make, revision, questions, maybe parallelly job also or college also. So, how to ensure consistency? What was your mindset regarding this consistency?
Mindset was clear to crack the gate this 2026.
Hmm.
So just the first 1 month, I think consistent. There is a little problem with the consistency.
Hmm.
Once we get into that group, uh, no problem. Later answer to
Hmm.
anyone. I think just starting, there
Hmm.
will be some inconsistency.
Yes, yes, yes. Your inertia you have to break, right? You don't have the inertia of or the momentum of the preparation. So that starting phase, if you do it properly, if you plan things properly, actually, I think you will start enjoying it. If you make the right plan, you are studying properly. I think it will become very enjoyable journey for
Correct, sir.
those who are aspiring for GET.
When we are able to solve the problems, yeah.
Mm. Yes, yes. It feels good, right? So you faced some challenges in the beginning in solving some questions, and how did you overcome that challenge?
Yeah, I think question bank at the
Hmm.
starting few,
Hmm.
like 1, 2, 3
Hmm.
subjects. I felt
Hmm.
it was tough to
Hmm.
solve each and every question. Only
Hmm.
half of them, I think half of them only I was able to solve.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then later on, like my accuracy went up in
Hmm.
solving the questions. Like to understand how any question is there, like how
Hmm.
to approach the question that
Hmm.
went on after 2, 3 subjects. Yes.
Yes, yes, that's important because when you start solving, especially good question, easy question, direct formula, you'll be able to solve. But if you have good question to solve, you need to learn how to implement the formula, how to dissect the question, how to understand what it is giving, how to connect the given data with what it is asking. So these things with practice you will realize more better. And as Umesh is saying, initially it will be a challenge. You need to overcome that, whether it is your plan, preparation plan, or question solving. Don't get stuck in the negative loop, right? Keep practicing, keep working towards it. Umesh, any favorite subject out of all, and why?
Strength of materials,
Strength of materials. And why
thermodynamics.
thermodynamics also?
I
Okay.
don't know, sir. I like to solve the problems. I
Hmm.
practice many problems in those subjects.
Hmm. Very innovative types of questions can be made
Mm.
from strength of materials or thermodynamics. Because you are managing it with a job. So, was there any phase in the preparation which felt very difficult to manage? And you felt like, means it was a difficult phase, difficult in terms of managing everything together. And how did you handle that? What is your mindset about that? What was going on at that time?
Uh, yeah, there was actually 1 month. I was not able to give much time on the weekdays.
Hmm.
Like the 3 hours also, I was not able to give. So
Hmm.
that was due to some project in the work
Hmm.
side.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, I think basically that only pushed my engineering mathematics to later stage. Like I was not able to complete before December,
Hmm.
uh, and that didn't kill the momentum because on weekends I used to cover whatever I can,
Yes, yes,
and
absolutely. Whether
revision schedule also. Yes,
uh-huh.
revision was also, yeah,
Going on, yes, yes, that's
going.
important because whether you are in college, in job, weekends, you generally have to yourself. So you can plan things. It can be an anchor of your preparation. Whatever is pending, you cover it up on weekends. At least revision, if you're not able to do on a regular basis, do it on weekends. So use it like a calibration device to calibrate your week and to make some adjustments in your preparation. How much marks you used to get in test series? Was there any fluctuation in marks? Was there a trend in the marks that they are increasing continuously or not increasing? What was going on?
Uh, whenever like when in the starting test, I was not concentrating on the accuracy. I wanted to answer as many questions as possible,
Hmm.
so that So then the accuracy was down. So then I
Mm,
concentrated to
mm,
improve the accuracy. I was
mm,
getting like 70 change marks
mm,
consistently in the
mm,
coming to the end of the test series.
And in the beginning,
In the beginning, 50, 50 to 60 in between only, sir.
so there was sort of an upward trend. You started from 50, 55, 60 marks, and then slowly it gradually increased to 70 and above that, right? So
Yes.
definitely you learned something, as you told that initially you wanted to attempt a lot of questions, and when you try to do that, your accuracy drops. So
Hmm.
you analyze that, right? You analyze your attempt, that okay, I'm trying to attempt too much, which is hurting my accuracy. What else did you analyze? What was your actually analysis process?
Uh, Going through all the questions, each and every question, even it is right or wrong.
Hmm.
So, and analyzing whether I remembered it correctly, I approached it correctly,
Hmm.
even for the right questions also.
Hmm.
Sometimes, by the option elimination also, we can get for very few questions.
Hmm. Hmm.
So for that, I would look at like I will try again and look at the solution if not able to crack it.
Hmm.
So and for the wrong questions, obviously, was it a silly mistake? Sometimes in the starting there were a lot of silly mistakes also,
Hmm. Hmm.
calculation errors only.
Hmm.
So carefully like improving the how to use that calculator, gate calculator.
Hmm.
So those kind of things I analyzed at the beginning, and some obviously formula remembered it somehow remembered it
Hmm.
incorrectly.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then revision.
And what about silly mistakes? What kind of silly mistakes you used to make? And whatever things you are learning from test series, maybe silly mistakes, maybe some tips, or maybe some conceptual things. So were you noting them down somewhere in your notes, or you were just bookmarking the question, or you were just going through them and not writing them anywhere? What was your process?
Uh, for that, yes, bookmarked. So there was a feature, the
Hmm.
bookmark feature. So I was bookmarking the uh, questions, like not silly mistakes, but somehow some I felt it like a kind of new concept which I haven't practiced.
Hmm. Hmm.
So those kind of questions I would bookmark and come back again while after the revision. So like including them in the revision plan because that is not covered in my short notes.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yes, that
Understood.
was.
Got it. Got it. In the end, Umesh, any final tips that you want to share with GATE aspirants, or any qualities you think that a GATE aspirant must have for success in GATE?
Uh, like everyone is saying, consistency, and that
Hmm.
is main. That consistency, I think, will come just as I said. Only starting inertia you need to break,
Hmm.
and yeah, revision. That is the most important thing, and
Hmm.
it should be on a regular basis only, not like before the 1 month of exam. We can't start. It should be from the starting, as sir said,
Hmm.
and yeah, analyzing whatever the mistakes we are doing.
Hmm. Hmm.
So these three I can say, sir.
Understood. Right. So even though Umesh was in a job and had a comparatively hectic schedule as compared to any other general aspirant who is maybe a full-time aspirant or in a job, still he anchored to the weekends, he anchored to question solving and revision throughout the year. Generally, whenever I have seen those who are in job, generally they think that, sir, it's so hectic, we are not making notes, or we are not solving questions, or we are not revising. They skip either of these things from their preparation plan. But Umesh used very judicially, bifurcated, very good use of weekdays and weekends, very clear bifurcation to continue his journey to the final success in GATE. So it was nice knowing your journey, Umesh. And
Yeah,
I'm sure students who are listening to this, they are also going to get benefit from this interaction, from the strategies and tips that you have shared. So
thanks for the all the video lectures and all the tips and tricks help me improve my problem solving skills there.
most welcome, most welcome. Congratulations to you once again, Umesh, for your success in GATE, and all the
Thank you.
best. for your future journey, for your future endeavors.
Thank you, sir. It's nice interaction to
Yeah.
finally see you live.
Yes,
Yeah.
same here, same here.